Getting out of here in a couple of hours, though, so. Oh, such a long day, man. I gotta get some coffee in my system. It's just boring, you know? Nothing ever happened. No. No. No, no, no! I gotta go! I gotta go!
Hey! Everything okay?
Oh, no! Oh, no, 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 no!
Welcome to Strike Force. You are an elite battle squad assembled to defend Earth. This is who we're up against. The alien warlord Ultimus and his Kree soldiers who have joined forces with Hydra and AIM. Now, I know some of you aren't used to fighting side by side with each other, but the world needs you to put aside your feuds and stand together. Any questions?
I am Groot.
Any other questions? All right, it's go time. Now get out there and save the world.
You need help with your Marvel Strike Force game? Then come down to the school of the Game Father. Valley Flying did, and he learned that you can't beat the Game Father. Valley Flying.
Yeah.
That's right, I'm the 3-time Super Sunday Redstone Blitz Orb champion. After I uppercutted Valley Flying in his vagina for the 3rd time, he went home and cried to his little mommy, and now I need a new challenger. Bring it, little boy.
All one with the fucking dope. I be ballin' like a
Gamers, keep on gaming because gamers are cool.
Alright gamers, keep on gaming because gamers are cool.
OMG.
It's so powerful it can turn off the sun!
I was getting annoyed right here because I thought I had lost my my streak, and then I just restarted and then I had my streak. I was just like, because I did play like a little bit yesterday. I mean, I was really sick. I logged in and did my raids and then logged out. That's all I did yesterday, which is interesting. I think I still stayed in the top 10 because I saw 1,000 power cores come in. Yeah, so I got food poisoning or something. I don't even know, but I have not eaten in like 48 hours right now. I haven't been able to keep anything down. So, but I gotta get moving. I can't wait for that to happen. I might have to jump up a couple times during the stream to whatever. Yeah, I'm not eating in 48 hours. Yeah. Yeah, I had a doctor's appointment, I don't know, a week or two. I told her, I says, I don't want to lose any more weight. And now I'm like 5 pounds lower than that. So, ugh. Yeah, I might have to. I have had that. Yeah, I had that also. I don't really want to say it, but yeah, I had both ends. It was really bad. And it sounds like a bunch of people got sick, and I don't know what, but I think it was something at that Easter party, because I know 3 other people that got sick also. Yeah, as far as I know, 3 people got sick. 3, including me, 4. I can't figure it out though. But I gotta play Marvel Strike Force. Yeah, yesterday all I did is my raids. That's it. Did nothing else. Hello, Herb. I can't. I tried drinking a sparkling ice yesterday and made me throw up. The only thing I've been able to keep down is Gatorade, and it runs right through me. I'm worried about a caffeine headache, though. Oh, okay, yeah. Hey, we got to do war. Yeah, we'll do war. I'll still try to do my best. Still want to go 10 for 10, regardless if we're gonna lose or not. Yeah, I've been upgrading characters that I think might be likely reworks. And I think Spider-Man and Thor. Spider-Man for sure. Thor, I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure. For those that are you wondering why I'm doing that, I don't have information other than the videos that they've... the public-facing videos. All right, we'll get it. We'll get it. All right, let's do raids. How's it going, Herb? It's good seeing you guys. I wasn't awake much yesterday. I feel like I missed a bunch of stuff. Where's my little notepad to myself? Well, I know, right? I know, right? Yeah, hopefully I can make it through. I mean, I got stuff to do, right? Hopefully I can make it through all this. You do raids manually at higher difficulty? Yeah. I would think that would be true. I guess I just never thought about it. I mean, I guess I assumed that. Interesting. What's interesting to me that it was like an epiphany for you. I'll have to keep that in mind. Maybe there's a lot of people like that. All right, raids are done. Yeah. And also I was thinking, like if I haven't had caffeine in that long, what if I just man up and stop doing caffeine right now? That's also something I've been thinking about for a long time. I wonder how much of my discomfort right now is from no caffeine. Oh, I was sick yesterday. And I have war. I was behind on war. No. Okay. Sleep stream? No. Okay. This is a good deal if I remember correctly, right? No, not that one, but the battle pass. Yeah, let's buy this. Yeah, I like the Widderguard team. They're kind of slow, so I think they're gonna get power crept real quick. What is hell's going on? I mean, they're by design to be slow, right? I mean, that's their whole gimmick. Wow. I'll take it. That seems pretty good. I like that a lot. That's pretty high value for when did High Evolutionary come out? And did High Evolutionary have cores? Oh, my bug lady's here. Hold on. Oh, the bug lady's here. Yeah. Yeah, my cat. I had to pick up my cats and move them into because we're having. We don't normally have the interior sprayed, but we've actually had some pests in our primary bathroom. So the cats scratch the shit out of me. They don't like being picked up. Did they actually clarify that they are doing something different with this release method? They didn't say there wouldn't be a core board. Yeah, they didn't say that. That's what I'm saying. When is oh man, that's gonna. He got me pretty good on my leg. When is that? When will we know that? Thursday? All right. I mean, those cheap power cores were a trap. If that's the case, that's kind of deceptive. Especially since the blog was... I kind of feel like that is... that omission, it should have been put into the blog. Like, it was just... I mean... All right, we'll go through that. No, I know. So what okay, that's what I'm saying. The blog does not say anything about him being uncoreable, but what if he is? It seems like a monstrous omission. Because when we look at the blogs before, it very explicitly says cores, and it has a whole area. How you acquire him has all the cores. The way that it was formatted compared to the prior character release is night and day. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know the answer. I assume that it was an oversight. They didn't put the coreable part. Let's just assume that, give them the benefit of the doubt. But what's the community reaction going to be if not? Especially after they gave all those $3 offers. Everybody was buying them, of course, for cores, right? They did it 3 times. That's $30. Some people spent $30 on that. It could be. It could be. It could be. I don't know. I just know that that there was no mention of cores. It's not obvious to me that that was a mistake and or a direct omission. Which seems pretty crazy that they would just like... something that important they would deliberately omit. Yeah. I'll be frank with you. I think they are going to stop doing that. I feel like Scopely feel they really screwed up their economy by giving out as many power cores as they do inside of Arena. And I think that they have been grasping at ways to unwind that. And if making characters not coreable on release is that way, no surprises. No surprises. No, that's fine. But, I mean, to people that don't core the characters and just buy them, I don't think they'll care. We will see. I don't know. I know for a fact they're trying to... I know for a fact that them doubling the amount of power cores in Arena drastically negatively impacted their revenue. And that they were actively trying to fix that problem. And I'll say it, they're not a nonprofit. They're not a church. JSMB, let's not do that. Yeah, you know what? I can see that you're angry this morning, and I think that's enough for now. If you have any more thoughts on that, you could take it to Reddit or your Alliance Discord. It's just not productive at this point. I think Reddit would be the perfect place for it. And in fact, if you make those comments on Reddit and it gets massively upvoted, I'll make a video about it. Oof. What do we got to do now? We got a bunch of events. How long till Alliance War finishes? 3 hours? Yeah. I mean, has anybody... I wasn't here yesterday. Has anybody asked what's going on with it? I mean, I don't even know. Yeah, Pathfinder goes, the blog post information's correct. That's what he's been saying lately. Let me find out. I don't see anything. Oh, this is not fun. I don't remember, Scotty. I was sick yesterday. Did it come out yesterday? I haven't played it yet. If it came out yesterday, I didn't. All I did yesterday was log in and did my raids. I did nothing yesterday. Maybe. Oh, this is useless. That's it? I just get a red star? Okay. Is there anything more to the... Am I missing something? Is there anything more to this event? This doesn't help me. Yeah, I haven't eaten in 48 hours. And I've been able to keep nothing down. It's been pretty awful. Orb shards. Oh, I didn't see that. Is that what these are? Oh, okay. Well, that's not so bad. Zestral orbs. Demon it too late. All right. Well, we'll get it. I don't think I'm going to be playing after the reset until tomorrow. I'm quite okay with that. No, I'm not going to be logged in. I'm not going to log in till tomorrow. After this. I do think I am willing to spend money on Damon orbs, Damon diamonds. I'm willing to spend money on that because I think he's a dead character if he doesn't have enough damage. Like he's literally a dead weight, like a dead character, dead team. If he can't get that double tap, I don't know if that might be a little extreme, but. The way I worded that might be a little extreme, but I just don't think it's, I think a lot of his value goes away as soon as he's power creep to shit. All right, well. Yeah, percent on a special, sure. I mean, there may be some value to the team, but I think most of the value of the team will be lost when he can't double tap at the start. In fact, the matches where I unsuccessfully did not double tap because I took in the wrong, I took in APOC instead of Iron Patriot or whatever, they were disaster. I lost. The team didn't hold up after he didn't do his initial salvo. No, yeah. Diamonds on Damon are going to be important. And certain counters will cease to stop working immediately when the power creep continues. My prediction is he more likely than not will be a dead team at that moment. You know, so Winter Guard stats are going to continue, right? Null event. All damage, yeah. Well, that's been traditional. All right, we got to get 3 million points. Okay, I haven't in War. Yeah, I'm talking about Crucible. In War, I could see that to be true because there's a lot more stuff in the kits for War. Sure. Oh, I might as well just do that, right? Yeah, let's see if I can one-tap this. If I can't get it to work, then I'll... Did I never change this? Did I never change it back? Did I never change it back to Raider from way back? Probably not. Huh. There's no diamonds? I thought there was diamonds. I don't have a 5 diamond null, if that's what you're saying. Strike off mummy. Probably a good idea. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Oh, I know I think you're right. There is no reason to go that hard. Who said that? Ash Trash? Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, there's no need to do all of that. Ash Trash is correct. Okay. Yeah, I know, right? The build up there. All right, I still want to go 10 for 10 today, even though we'll lose. Apparently, the war's over. This is great. Haven't even loaded into the battle yet. Oh my god. You gotta take a Neuralink to play in your sleep? Sign me up. I don't want to be an early adopter, but you know, after it's been out for a couple of years and everybody else is doing it, I would consider it. Not left of our flight carrier? Yeah. We'll see what we got left. I don't know where I'm gonna fall on this today. All right. Well, we got 8. You guys are confident today. Well, thank you for the confidence. What's up, Beta Ray? All right, let's do security. No, it's Ty J. I think it's a different Ty J though, right? I don't have these teams anymore. Or I don't have them upgraded. Let's do this. Oh, Toxie's room above? Oh, it is him then. Alright. Wow, these are 11s. He's sleeping through the night. I was really sick yesterday. He's teething and he cried, probably screamed for about 40 minutes last night. It was pretty awful. What is going on? What is going on? Yeah. Oh, that might be a lag issue on my part. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know that he's teething, but his gums are irritated and he's very, very cranky. Very, very, very cranky. See if I can No, he does not like the pacifier. All right, what are we gonna do here on? We got with Spider Society with Doom. I normally would like. Let's just overkill it and get it over with. Yeah, let's just overkill it. I already used Illuminati. Oh, I did. Thank you, sir. I don't know why I think Illuminati and Night Stalkers. Yeah, Illuminati should work. Thank you. Why does he have 11s on these characters? Game is running some update. All right. Probably to get ready for what's his face tomorrow. I haven't eaten in 48 hours. Oh, I should have a Billy Block Doom. I'm dumb. Well, no, I didn't sleep for 2 days straight and didn't eat for 2 days. I've been puking and throwing up and diarrhea for 2 days. It's been awful. Yeah. I still don't think I could eat. Hey, it's an easy way to lose 5 pounds. Yeah, I know, right? I think it was the Easter party because Kat's mom got sick, her friend's husband. I know 3 other people got sick, or 4 of us got sick, so it was probably the Easter party. Yeah, I might try crackers. Crackers, maybe I could keep those down. Winter Guard? What the hell? How did we lose this war? You got some unhinged dry toast? Maybe. I haven't had anything to eat. I might have some crackers. You know, I'm not going to think about this too hard. I'm not going to think about it. I'm just going to... Yeah. No, I know. You don't really need to sleep or eat. Water, however... Gotta have water. I'm not saying you shouldn't sleep or eat, or that it's good to not sleep or eat. No, that's not what I'm trying to say. I'm just saying that your body can go fairly long without food or sleep. Yeah. I mean, I've stayed up and not ate for like 4 days before, so. Winter Guard with Chavez. Okay. Um. Summer Guard, yeah. Oh, come on. All right, never mind. I don't know what he wants me to do. Like, I don't know why we're... All right. Immortals, that's what, Vigilante? I've for a bodybuilding thing, I did a dehydration. That was awful. That's actually super, super dangerous. Yeah, I think people that, yeah, that's be like all like most of the people that die from like bodybuilding are dying because of diuretics. Super, super dangerous. All right. Thanks for the suggestions. I'll do that. Yeah, I don't think dehydration's dude, that was an awful feeling too. Yeah, but the food, I mean, I've been drinking, I tried drinking, other thing too is I haven't had any caffeine. I'm wondering if I should just like give up caffeine, just power through this and give up caffeine, which is something I've been thinking about for a long time. Goodbye. Yeah, exactly. God, Blue Marvel's a bitch. I'm just gonna put this on auto. All right. See if this works. Another thing too is that rebound chain from Deadpool, if he survives and these guys don't, can be dangerous. Fortifier and Odin? Well, we'll try it again. See if I get lucky or not. It may be because the globals are down. Well, rather be lucky than good. Can you, Orcus really takes this down? Huh. All right. Yeah, Deadpool is scary. The ones where I've fought, especially when he could chain back and forth. Yeah, Deadpool is the scary one. All right, let's just oh my God. Yeah, I don't know why LDS is not a striker. I thought the same thing. All right.
Dost thou drink the brew kombucha? Kombucha mouth on these nuts, bubbles of joy arise. Know ye, my friends, Eden and Wendy, name them, O herald. Eden laugh when these nuts strikes the back of your mouth. I was stricken with the malady ligma.
What ailment, O sufferer?
Ligma nuts!
Praise be.
Do ye enjoy the pudding of joy?
We do, we do.
Putting these nuts in your mouth.
All right. I know, right? Nope. I could take APOC, Quasar. Yeah, Hydra. And then I've got Brimstone that I want to use. I don't have Emma. Need to get a kill. There we go. Yeah, that's a W. All right, let's do. I mean, I have a Brimstone. They don't have Professor X on defense, I guess. just look. All right, Herb, tell me where to use it. That looks chunky right there. Some of these look chunky. All right. Yeah, I got a couple extra that I'll throw out there. Fun. Come on. Beta. You want that one? Subject to change, man. They got rid of that. All right. It is subject to change, man. Oh my god, how do I change that? My computer's acting dumb. Nah, I've already got it. I'll just send it to you right now. It's almost done. I'm just adding the text under there. Let's do one more attack. All right, I got it. All right, let's see. Let's
took his pride. No test server, just Twitch outside. Hot sauce bar, no gear to flex. Sipping on cope and Twitch chats X. Spin that pain, chant that cry. Watch him roast while the big boys try. Test service lit, it's a buff for the crew. Free upgrades, max stars, brand new. All boosted accounts, it's a win parade. Except for Dave, he already paid. Built his roster the real man way. Now Tesmo hit and he got no play. While the rest got gear like it's Christmas Eve. Scopely said, hold this cell and left Dave to grieve. Bug rooms, no boost. Tournament broke. No overpowered, just Twitch chat jokes. Who gon' win? Who taking the L? Type in.
There we go. There we go. There you go. There we go. Looks good. Subject to change, man. I like it. They're gonna the I don't know the ISO, but High Evolutionary is gonna be has something to do with the next legendary. They didn't say required, but they did say important. Is that the word they used? They used the word important. I have Mighty Avengers. Let's see if I got any teams here that can with that wipe. Mighty Avengers take any of those out? Yeah, they said important. Boy, I gotta get my air conditioner. I got 10s. That's funny. They're pretty thick over there. They're pretty thick over there. There we go. Come on, come on. There we go. I got cleansed by Invisible Woman. Almost gotcha. Yeah, that would have been tricky to do, the OG anthem in the chorus. Maybe I could figure out how to do that, actually. All right, well, we did 11 for 11. All right, I'm going to grab another Gatorade and the air conditioning thing. Yeah. MA is done. I mean, against maybe like a weak Super Scroll team, I don't know if they're going to get used much. Yeah, they're going to get stat crept. What offense do I have left? Let's take a look. Still have like Quasar and friends. Actually, I think I'll be able to keep that down. It's the first time I've been a little bit hungry. All right, I'll just go pick off a cheesy team, right? I mean, I got Quasar and Sentry and Blue Marvel. Like 7? I do have Black Knight. Oh, that actually feels good. Holy moly. It feels good. Thank you for the suggestion on saltines. Feels really good. Well, I went 12 for 12. Is that it for Marvel Strike Force? Who is that? And this is this looks like Elektra in the hand, but who's that? I need to look into the Artemis thing more. I mean, I feel like that news kind of came and went, like nobody was paying attention to it. Ronin? Is it Ronin? Not the Hawkeye Ronin, is it? It is. Well, pointless, maybe. Yeah, but it's dark to us because doesn't the moon spin so that we don't see the other side of the moon? We only see one side because of the way it's set up in the orbit. It's dark to us because we never get to see it, right? Is that right? I'm not sure. $50 is a long time. That was before I was born. Is that Mars thing even real? I mean, I know that was like Elon's thing in SpaceX, go to the moon, go to Mars. What's that? What's the black guy that's super smart? The Star Trek guy? Star Tech guy? Neil deGrasse Tyson, he says that the reason he made a point about how the reason why we went to the moon was because of the Cold War, and like absent any like monstrous power struggle to devote that kind of resources to go to the Mars is probably unlikely. Really? 2 days in New Zealand on a private tour with him and his family. Anytime he shows up in my feed, I watch his videos. My favorite thing about was him versus Terrence Howard. Holy shit. Yeah. Yeah, he said that he said that it wasn't likely unless there was some sort of political conflict, you know, like China like let's say China says, "Hey, we want to go to Mars." And the United States, that's going to be the catalyst. I don't think it won't happen. I don't know if it'll happen in my lifetime. Really? New Zealand? That's pretty sick. Yeah, this guy's my hero. I don't know enough about it. What? Had to do a tire change? Man, it's been a minute since I've done a tire change. I'm glad that I know how to do a tire change, but boy, I don't want to ever do one again. I think the best Total Recall, I think that's the best example of what life on Mars would be like. AAA, yeah. I don't even know if I have AAA anymore. I feel like my car had roadside assistance or something. Jessica Biel on Mars? You might have changed my opinion? Ooh. Just want a 3-boob woman? Oh, excuse me. Be right back. I said I didn't recognize it first. We were changing tire and I introduced myself. My name is Tania. I go in places until we were eating lunch together. John and me, his wife and I were super nice. Son of the same high school my dad went to. That's even better when you meet somebody and you don't know who they are. I have 2 friends that are yeah. I have 2 friends that actually one of them I'll see tonight that they're just before my time and I don't know who they are, never did. And I tell them that I says I have no idea. And then it's like that makes it like the best. Like I feel like because I don't know anything about them, you know what I mean? It's like I don't even know. It's like, oh man. I'll look up your Wikipedia another time later, but anyways, I don't know you for that. So anyways, I need to spend this shit. I got way too much. I'm not on mute. Unless my camera, let's see here. I am not on mute. No. No, I don't need ability. I know that they're most certainly restricting them. But I haven't I have an abundance still. I know that could change. Yeah, I know. I got like 6,900. With a full team's about 2,000. Yeah, I haven't had a flat tire while driving in a minute either. God, this is the best I've felt. Those crackers made all the difference. Holy moly, I feel so much better. I probably should get some caffeine. Oh, I got to make a decision on this caffeine thing. Do I power through this and just give up caffeine? I feel like there is some I mean, I've Googled it before. Like, there's real no negatives to caffeine long term. Off-roading to get the film location, drivers crossing streams with boulders, so it's kind of invaluable, I guess. Yeah. You know who doesn't do any caffeine whatsoever, which amazes me, is Arnold. Zero caffeine. He also doesn't drink. He doesn't drink, no caffeine. I think he told me he had like a beer once in his life or something. He said, I had a beer once. I was like, all right. And time for that. No. I don't want any caffeine now. I mean, and if I start getting a caffeine headache, I'm probably going to want a headache. Yeah, I know. That's what I say. The long-term caffeine is that it has long-term benefits. Yeah, I've read that. I've read nothing but good or neutral information about caffeines. And I kind of believe that if caffeine was bad for you, like the LDS would have published like a million things about how it's awful for you. Like if there was some actual factual information, they would have definitely like popularized that information publicly. I don't like how coffee stains your teeth, though. I drink a lot of coffee, though. Not so much anymore. Oh, Bastion, we don't know. I don't know if we want to go down this rabbit hole again, but the blog post on Friday for High Evolutionary omitted the ability to purchase his orbs with power cores. Which could mean a whole bunch of things. Yeah, you have to go for that champ, Sexy Beast. Even though they just sold everyone like 7,500 power cores, yep. It is kind of shady. I don't know. I don't know, but it's I know for a fact they are trying to recapture a massive shortfall in people purchasing character offers. Well, I think I'm done with Marvel Strike Force. I don't think I have anything more. Yeah, I think they want to incentivize people to use power cores. The problem I have with power cores in this game is that, like, if there was something you could farm, like with energy, in higher quantities, let's say gold or silver, then it wouldn't feel bad to spend power cores on dumb shit. Like, if you could get like a double dip, like, okay, you know, what I mean by that is, okay, there's an event running for Damon's diamonds, but I'm also getting something that benefits my account in some other way. Oftentimes I feel like there isn't, and you're just, you know, double dip or even triple dip. I think if there were like even like an unlimited amount, but it just costs power cores. And for campaign energy. And that's the other thing too, is the campaign energy cost ramps up. So I don't know. I just feel like there's no, like the idea of getting high evolutionary shards, and getting credit for the Damon event is exactly what I'm talking about. It's a double dip. It feels good. Yeah, I just did. I'll raid. I'm gonna switch to. No, I didn't pay this out. I'm gonna switch to raid, but I'll find a Marvel Strike Force guy that'll get the drops. Bendable on? There's no other envoys on. Energy, solely on energy. Yeah, and energy is basically the core thing in raid. You always need energy. Always. Almost always. All right, DJ Ugalala. Let's see if he's here. I don't see him. Well, I don't see anybody that I like. Yeah, I don't see anybody. All right, my apologies. I need to make a ton of videos. Yeah, if you want to continue getting your drops, that's the link there. My apologies. Yeah, like I spent thousands of energy today on this. Yeah, that was 1,200 energy, 320 gems. It's getting me credit towards an event that's going to get me a character that's brand new. It's like a miniature Dark Dimension running right now. Looks like the character's busted as fuck too. Purple 5 card, yeah. But the thing about Raid, for better for worse, is that there's almost unlimited RNG, specifically with gear. Like, you can never get perfect gear. So always farming gear, even if you get one good piece out of 1,000, it's still perhaps worth doing. There's really nothing like that in Marvel Strike Force. And I don't know that that's good or bad. It's just different. Actually, a lot of people hate the gear system. I don't mind it, but a lot of people don't like it. Yeah, facts. Yeah, there's so much RNG in Raid Shadow Legends. It's like nearly unlimited amount of RNG. So there's no like fixed amount that you could spend. You could keep spending forever, and there's some value potentially. Yeah, it's just there's a lot of RNG in this game. But it also mitigates, I don't know if that's the right word, mitigates the idea that you're done or you finished or you can't improve. You could always improve your roster. And there's always value in doing activities. It's not like you ever get to the end. You never get to the end. It's like almost impossible. Yeah, the oils and dusts are super, yeah. I mean, I feel like I have enough of what I need, but yeah, I get it. Just like the Genshin gear system. I don't feel like the gear system in Raid Shadow Legends is that unusual, though. I feel like it's a system that's used in a fuck ton of games. So there's some controversy about this Mercurial gear. I don't know if you guys have been following it. In-game players are kind of annoyed. So like there was somebody here in chat the other day, and I agree with them. They said that all that gear that they built up for years and years and perfected kind of is power crept to shit with Mercurial. And everybody that has played the game as long as me that's been able to finish, every stage in Grim Forest basically has the same access to gear as somebody that's been playing the game for 7 years. So it's kind of neutralized the gear situation, and it really pissed this person off in chat the other day. Yeah, and they were mad. And then I tried telling him, like, I don't know, man. Mercurial is actually one of the better things that's happened to me. Because I felt like I could never compete with somebody that's played the game for 7 years. I'm like, what's the point? You've been farming gear religiously for 7 years. How am I going to keep up with that? And Mercurial kind of neutralized that. Yeah, there's a lot of new champions. I mean, all the new champions are going to counter Mercurial. That's the cycle right now. Is Mercurial, it's way more subtle in Raid Shadow Legends than Marvel Strike Force, but create a problem and sell the solution. And that's kind of what they're doing right now with Mercurial. Mercurial has created a problem, right? And like Predator's a problem, and so on. If you care about PvP. If you don't care about PvP, it doesn't matter. You can totally not play this game with any consideration of PvP. Actually, the game's kind of fun if you don't. Yeah, oof, we got fucked. Oh, wow, we got wrecked there. Yeah, we'll come back to that later, I guess. Let's do this one. Yeah, I feel like the power creep is a little more subtle, though. And it's not with... It's just more subtle and less... like Marvel Strike Force, they're not even hiding it. Yeah. A lot of these things, though, outside of PvP, a lot of this stuff just doesn't matter, though. And the depth on PvE content here is just, you know, many magnitudes. Oh, really? Was it Mercurial the problem? See, that's poor game design if you get in a lockout situation. Remember the Old Man Logan versus Old Man Logan matches in Marvel Strike Force? That was just poor game design. Odin versus Odin, poor game design. I don't disagree with that. I think there's also a factor of how long you've played the game. Probably at some point it does become that, but for me right now it's really about time spent. Yeah, I do think it's more time spent than money spent. I mean, take Boozer, for example. Boozer's an in-game player that's never spending money in the game, and he does just fine. But yeah, there's some crazy players in there that have spent a lot of money. Also, this game will take, like, to get all these characters plus Ford, I can't even imagine what that would cost. Like, to get a plus 4 Lazarius. I mean, this guy's got a lot of mythicals, right? But there's some players out there that are plus 4, and these team powers are like 1.5 million. I can't even imagine what that would cost. Yeah, I feel like there is a. I feel like you have to do like to. I feel like you can offset a lot of the money spent with time played. Certainly not all of it. Yeah, I've been more. I've moved away from like thinking prism shards are a good deal or anything like that to like, you know what? I know that you get fucked on the bad drop rates on primals, but a primal shard may make a difference on my account where a prism shard probably won't. So even though the drop rates are absolutely atrocious, I'd rather spend money on a primal shard and get a chance at something good. Yeah. Alice? You can get Alice, but you have to start a new account. I believe you can get Alice for free on a new account. I know that's not what you mean, though. Oh, yeah. Buying shards is a money sink. Yeah. I mean, that's how they make all their money. Yeah, if you want Alice, you just start a new account. All right, let's look at this fusion path. All right, let's load that up. Alice was a login champion. You just weren't playing the game when. I need to sell some of this gear. Yeah, I haven't. They just posted it, and it looks like they're. I took a quick look at the event. I haven't watched anybody else's videos, but it seems to me that there's something hiding here in the middle. Did they say the same thing? I'm just curious. It seems like there's something hiding directly here in the middle. Oh, this is not a skippable one. Not only is this not a skippable one, she's good. Well, not only, okay, there's two things. It's two different things. Are fusions skippable anymore? No. Is this character skippable if fusions were skippable? No. I'm just going to say this is not in the realm of optional for me personally. Plus, I think she's going to allow me to finish the hardest difficulty of Chimera. That's not right. What's going on? That's right. Yeah, I'm not skipping this one. Oh my God. I need to do something about this, but gear enhancement doesn't start until tomorrow. Yeah, there's no double dipping except for right now. I feel like there's something here in the middle. All right, let's watch. I'm gonna watch a Boozer video and a Nubs video about it, and then I'll make my video because I have some different takes. But I do want to see theirs. I like watching both of them. I like Boozer. These are the two go-to for me.
Welcome back to the channel. Boozer here. Thanks for stopping by. Happy Fusion Day. Today is the fusion for the brand new champion Mavera, the Web Diviner. We do have the schedule here a little bit in advance, so we're able to make this video ahead of time. This is like a first time ever, to be honest. Now, there's a couple things I need to say before we get started here is that because we got the schedule a little bit ahead of time, there is always a subject to change for some of these events. So make sure you guys double check the dates on some of the events that you guys are going to see in this video. Like I said, this is a pre-made video many hours in advance. None of the events are live so far. And I will need to put this little written disclaimer here that says schedule is subject to change. Now, with that out of the way, let's jump into this Fusion schedule here. All right, so let's start off with day one. It's going to be Wednesday. You're going to start off with the Fire Night Tournament. Now, the Fire Night Tournament is going to be aligned with the Gear Hunters event, which is great. So that means all the points
double
you
dip
put
there.
into the Fire Night Tournament will go towards the Gear Hunters. Keep in mind that the Fire Night Tournament will cost you approximately 20 to 100 energy.
Yep.
This is based on Fire Night Normal 20 performance. But the downside here is that the Gear Hunters event will probably cost you closer to about 5,000 to 5,500, depending on what level you're doing.
Yep.
In terms of efficiency, again, level 20 in normal will be the most efficient area for you in terms of points per energy. So that's going to be day one focus here. Also, a key thing to note is that based on this, the bottom left-hand corner, there's 450 total fragments up for grabs. There is 50 extra fragments up for grabs here as well. So that allows us some wiggle room in terms of missing events or messing up events and so forth. So we do have to spend 5,500 energy roughly to finish off this Gear Hunters event. You do have a training tournament that we can throw.
It's not very
into
efficient
as
though.
well. Unfortunately, there's no other dungeon tournament to align with this first Gear Hunters. So the big energy spend will be on this first Gear Hunters. An extra 3,000 energy, is gonna have to go in to this Gear Hunters just to get
that sucks.
points requirements. So this is going to be a big energy sink here. And then
Yep.
we have this Ice Golem tournament, which does not align with a Gear
Garbage.
Hunters event. And that's a big bummer, right? Because you're spending, again, another 2,200 energy into the Ice Golem.
Right. Which could have overlapped into the other one.
Dipping into something else. What you could do is connect these two. Go training and Ice Golem.
Yep.
And then do some additional training while you're farming up Ice Golem.
Well,
And
how many teams can
put
solo
your
Ice
energy
Golem?
points a little bit that way.
Ooh.
But not ideal. So the first week, definitely not ideal. We do have, Classic Arena
Easy.
down. These are pretty freebies here. And then we do have the standard 3 artifact enhancement events.
Those are
Again,
easy.
Pretty freebie. They do cost you about 15 to 20 million silver. You don't need all that silver up front, as you'll be making silver throughout the 2 weeks that the fusion is going on. Now, the big summon event for the first week will be the Summon Rush event here. And typically to get the...
I don't have a solo
Summon
team for
Rush,
Ice
it's gonna be
Golem.
around, about 5 to 6 Sacred Shards.
I don't know why I'm
roughly.
muted. I
It
shouldn't be
could
muted.
Potentially be less.
Test.
It could potentially be less, but I would prepare, conservatively speaking, for about at least 5 Sacred Shards worth of points. Also, something to keep in mind is that we do have CBC happening around this time. Sorry, CBC is happening right here.
Yeah.
So the Fire Night Tournament will be open during the last day of CBC, so you can jam some points in during the Fire Night and during the Fusion and during CBC, so you get a little bit extra value there. So that's going to be the first week. So the first week, I don't really like it. Like I said, the Gear Hunters event doesn't overlap with the Ice Golem, which kind of sucks. And there's nothing really going on here. So the Gear Hunters, the first Gear Hunter is going to swallow up a bunch of energy.
Yeah.
What is interesting is that
Yeah.
there is only 2 Gear Hunters events currently listed. Usually there's 3. And what has happened in the past?
There's something in the middle, see?
There's some sort of hidden event. So it's possible that there's some kind of hidden event here.
Yep.
During
That's
the
immediately what I
non-CBC
thought.
week, during Tuesday, Wednesday. It could be potentially like a Deck of Fate for something that involves gear hunting. It is right after the Summon Rush, so it could be shard related, could be Soulstone related. Usually those two pair up relatively nicely. I would say it's relatively unlikely that it's going to be champion training, since we do have champion training ending on Monday, and then we have champion training starting on Thursday. So it's relatively unlikely that it's going to be champion training. So I would say it's probably going to be Gear Hunters related plus something else. So either shards or soulstones for some kind of event happening on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, somewhere around here. So if you guys are not interested in going for Mavera, maybe whatever this event here might entice you guys to participate a little bit. So hopping into the second week here, we have the Dragon Tournament. Again, not lining up with any kind of Gear Hunter event. So your energy is just kind of going into Dragon, which again kind of sucks. Unless, like I said, there's going to be some kind of Gear Hunter event here, then you can double dip with Dragon and Gear Hunter. After that, we do have champion training. It does have a little bit of double dipping capability with dragons. So dragon and training, you know, you can make that work, or you can
Yeah.
make that work, right? You can farm
Yeah.
dragon while farming for food. You can make that work. We have gear enhancement, the usual, and then the second gear hunter here at the tail end of the fusion. Now, this champion chase in the second week is going to be the interesting part, because this is where the extra 50 fragments is. This is very, very peculiar. Let's assume the first 25 costs you, somewhere around 15, 1750 in terms of points. If you're going for the full 75, how much would this cost in theory? About 6,000, 5,500 champion chase points. We just had 2x voids. It's probably going to be 2x ancients. That would be my guess. But we don't know. If it's 2x ancients, that's great, because 2x ancients is perfect for champion chase. Gives you a good amount of points per each ancient shard. You guys definitely should be saving up for that. And yeah, to wrap it all up, we have Spider going along with the gear hunters, and then you get a chance to triple dip with champion training as well. If you have a solo capable Spider here, again, 2200 energy. And then this one would be 2200 energy. And then the gear hunter about 5500 energy. The best case scenario is when you have two of these tournaments lining up with one gear hunter event, because you can put the 2200 energy, both of them, into the gear hunters, so you don't have to waste energy that way. But this is very curious. This champion chase with 75 total fragments is very curious. In my opinion, if you go for the extra 50 fragments, you probably want to skip one of these gear hunters events, just to save yourself a little bit of energy if that's what you want to do. If you have lots of energy, then you probably maybe you want to skip something else.
He stopped
Maybe you wanna
updating
skip the
this.
50 fragments altogether and then just save your shards, for example. Keep in mind the 50 is extra. The 50 is extra, and I like that the 50 is extra near the end of the fusion. So it gives you an idea. It gives you kind of like a safety net, just in case something goes wrong. You can at least try to make up 50 more fragments in the champion chase. Now it's going to cost you some shards. But yeah, you got to make sure you save up, whatever you got, fragment fusions, broad maw fusions, whatever. Also keep in mind that we do have 4 epics available to be fused into the champion chase. Now, obviously you need the fragments from the champion chase to fuse the 4th one. So make sure that you guys save the fragments for the epics and then fuse them during the champion chase. So that's going to be an easy 750 points from 3 epic fragment fusions, right? And then during the final training and champion training event right here, train up all those epics. And then if you can get it all done in time, you can even fuse Mavera during the champion chase to get some additional value from her as well. This is going to be a time limited fusion, so you can't save Mavera for the future and pull her later. There's going to be a timer when the fusion for Mavera will end. So make sure you guys fuse her before that timer expires. Something else that I noticed is that this first champion training event has 50 points in it. So this is the tournament style champion training. So this is the one where books and ascensions will give you points. It's going to have 50 fragments in there. So it's going to be higher thresholds than, for example, this champion training event that's happening in the second half of the fusion. So make sure you guys, obviously conserve some of your resources so you guys can take care of these champion training tournaments. But like I said, the champion chase gives you guys some flexibility because it offers the ability to skip 2 events if you can max out the champion chase for all the fragments. So if you guys don't have a lot of food or you guys struggle to get food points for training, then, and you guys have shards, then, you guys can pick it up in the champion chase in the back half. And most likely it will be. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Boozer
What
here.
happened here?
What's up, guys?
Hello, everyone.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel.
What did I just do?
What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Boozer here. Thanks for schedule layout. For some of the points that I already listed, for example, like the Fire Knight going into Gear Hunters, and then Ice Golem, you can just. It might be, guys. That's gonna be it.
Hello, everyone. Nubkex here. Welcome back to Nub Raids, and in today's video, I'm going to be breaking down the plan to get the Mavara, the Web Designer fusion here. And also Plarium has done something a little bit different this time, where they gave us access to this a day early. Now, I didn't get around because I was crazy busy yesterday. I didn't get to record it yesterday, so I mean, it's a couple of hours early, but nonetheless, do note, I have to have this on the video for the whole video. It's that serious. The early one-day access schedule is subject to change, which is why they've normally only released it after the fusion has actually begun, because they could, in theory, tweak the event sort of up to the last minute. So it is possible that some of these might change. If they do change, I don't expect them to on such short notice. It's possible, but fairly unlikely. And if they did change, I would also suspect it would be a fairly small change. But just bear it in mind that, double check the schedule when it goes live and the fusion is live, but I would expect it to remain the same, but it may not. Okay, now we have, obviously, you're going to be getting 4.
Let's do this real quick. Actually, I got to collect all of these, right? I don't care about that much. Oh, man, I still got to do my my forging. I haven't done my forging yet. Okay. Hydra. Oh God. Let's do this. Yeah, it's probably a Titus team that does that high. Okay. Yeah, I don't have Titus. I'm debating whether I'm going to need him. I think that the Malva, whatever her name is, probably will solve one of my last PvE problems, and I won't need to won't need to get Titus. Is that enough points? Okay. Okay. $2.1 billion. Let's go. I feel like I've done, let's see here. Collect. Okay. Let's see. Let's go back into Fire Knight. All right, let's go back to Nubs.
4 of these epics. I think the epic actually looks pretty decent. For an epic, she's nice. So yeah, look, let's just throw that out there right now. If you're a newer player or you're very low on resources and you can't get the fusion, getting a copy of the epic actually seems pretty useful. You could even get a couple of copies, wouldn't be too bad. Even if, let's say you can only get 2 copies. Kind of okay. Start working on your faction guardians for the new faction, the Argonauts. And she's going to be, she's a pretty decent epic, all things considered. I think for anyone who can do the fusion, you should do the fusion. And
Yeah.
that means you're not going to be able to get her because there are 450 fragments of, available. So you can skip 50, right? You need 400, unless you happen to pull an extra copy of this epic, in which case, cool, you can skip an extra 100 on top of that. But expect to skip 50, you need 400. Okay, so you need 400 fragments. So let's go in and we'll talk about which events that you'd want to skip. Let's start off with the 2 summoning events. We have a summon rush coming up this weekend. We don't know what the boosted champions are going to be, but that is 25 fragments, and that's probably a pretty good one to skip. And then we're going to have a champion chase tournament, which is going to be the following weekend. Now this is also potentially very good fragments to skip. It's going to be 20.
Be right back. I'm sorry. Okay. All right. Clan versus clan. I don't even know where we are. Sorry, I've been really sick. Oh my God, it's been awful. Let's see where we are in clan versus clan. Oh boy, we're getting blown out of the water. I'd like to hit that at least. Oh my God, I have no room. I don't know what to do.
$25 fragments plus 50, so there's 75 fragments in the champion chase. 3 times as many as are in the summon rush. So yeah, they're calling these 50. Why is it this? They're calling them extra fragments. Possibly they're from winning the tournament. I don't know. It's a little sketchy, isn't it? Let me see. Is there any info on that? Because it is a tournament. Is that from winning? It might be. You know what? Let's work from the assumption that the extra 50 are from winning it.
Yeah.
So, because the thing is, it's a big question, because I think it's probably 2x Ancients. We'll put a question mark in there, because that's not 100% sure. They're mixing up the 2x
I just did one
quite a bit recently. So, like, we had 2x Primals recently. We had 2x Ancients, Voids, and Sacreds, I think, all at the same time. I think a pure 2x Ancients on its own has been the longest since, so I think it's probably 2x Ancients, which is the easiest version of this. And you could also fuse up some of these epics during this champion chase to make it a bit easier, on top of using any fragment fusions that you've got, like Broadmaws, even permanent ones, or any login rewards that you get during this. All of that stuff will help. But it's a pretty big question mark. Can you get the 50 fragments? Let me see. Have they given any info? Let me double check. Yeah, okay, so I double checked. Basically, someone did ask in content creator chat whether these 50 fragments are from the leaderboard. There's been no official response, but one of the content creators did reply and said that they were on the leaderboard. So let's work from the assumption that they are, in which case let's adjust this over here and let's say extra fragments, no. So you're not getting actually 400. You need the full 400, which means you basically need to do everything. You need to do everything. Let's assume you can't get these 50. Let's assume they're gone. So there you go. Probably 2x Ancients. I think this champion chase should be extremely easy. I wouldn't really worry. If you fuse up some epics, pull some Ancients, there you go. So Summon Rush, unfortunately, yeah, I think you're going to have to do it. I would definitely do it to be safe. I will obviously, when we probably will get the news on what is in the Summon Rush, probably tomorrow on Thursday. And hopefully by then, Plarium will obviously to share the news that actually be online.
Ooh, right here.
And they can tell us as well whether or not the Summon Rush, whether or not the Champion Chase fragments, we can get official confirmation before the Summon Rush even goes live.
All right, he did get confirmation.
To do it, but let's plan for now, definitely, that you'll have to do it. For the Summon Rush, it's probably about, I would expect, probably 7 Sacreds worth. So my concern would be that Mavara, I think, is very, very good. So they might make it fairly expensive. I think approximately 7 Sacreds, or the equivalent in other shards, is a good number to aim for. You can obviously mix in different shard types. Primals are good. Voids are good. You can mix those in as well for good Summon Rush points. But yeah, expect to go for it. There's only probably... It's probably going to be split into 10 and 15. It could even be up to 10, which would be rough, but it's possible. Yeah, it depends how they split up the fragments. Yeah, there's not much you can do, to be honest, right? This is literally in 2 days' time. You either have shards or you don't.
Yep.
But yeah, obviously don't pull any shards during during CVC if you are concerned about not being able to do the Summon Rush. But yeah, I would be cautious about it. I'm hopeful that it won't be too expensive, but it's possible it could be. I do think the Champion Chase at least should be fairly easy. Looking at our other events, let's cover a couple of easier ones. So Classic Arena, let's get that out of the way. Got Classic Arena 1 and 2. Those are both very easy. Just spend your Classic Arena tokens, farm up your Classic Arena. Job done. Not too much there. We have 3 gear enhancement events. For each of these, you want about 15, maybe 20 million silver to be safe. We'll say like 20 million, just to be safe. And yeah, obviously you're going to be generating plenty of silver whilst completing the different events for the fusion, but do bear that in mind. You just want to save like 20 million for each one, roughly speaking. It sounds like a lot. In practice, it tends to not be quite as
I have
bad.
to change
Gear
something.
enhancement, as always, is only roll up stuff during gear enhancements that you need to do and stop as soon as you get the fragments. Don't go further. And then when you have a nice stockpile of silver, then you can start being a bit more wanton with your silver expenditure. But yeah, if you're struggling to do gear enhancement, you have to stop and say, am I spending silver ever? If you spend silver even once outside of gear enhancement, you're spending too much if you can't afford to do them. Grand. Cool. Okay, then we've got basic your energy stuff. And we've got 2 gear hunters, which does leave kind of a weird gap here in the middle, right? There's like a nice gear hunter shaped hole right here. They might drop something. It's quite a sparse section just in general. This would also be siege, so possibly they've got nothing going on. But there's also the possibility they do drop some sort of bonus event, like they could drop in a hero's path or something. The Assassin's Creed stuff is all over, so this could be something totally different or random, but they might do it. So yeah, I would say there's quite a suspicious hole. They tend to drop in 3 gear hunters these days into fusions. So the fact that there's a nice big gap in the middle, and it's in the middle of the week as well, does look a little bit suspicious. There could be a bonus non-fusion event in here. It could have some juicy rewards. Bear that in mind. I don't think it'd be anything related to the fusion like I'd expect. Probably a Titan event or something after this for her soul. Possibly a hero's path. But yeah, I don't know. I think if it was tied into the fusion or her soul, they would have noted it on the event, I would say. So yeah, I think there could be something here. Could be, but we won't know for sure. It could be like soul stones plus gear hunters. It could be a deck of fate. It could be anything. It could be nothing. But yeah, there's a bit of a suspicious hole in the thing. Anyway, the gear hunters, these are your big energy sinks. So let's see which events are overlapping them. So we've got Fire Night. So Fire Night, that starts today, and that really is the thing to go in on. And you can really do that at sort of any point. And then Ice Golem, actually no big rush to start Ice Golem. And yeah, you can just sort of do like that. Well, you know what? Let's leave it a couple of days. Ice Golem can actually take quite a long time. Well, actually, you know what? I'll leave it like this. I will leave it like this. So I would say champion training. You'd be going something like this, and then like this, and that would be my rough idea here with the energy. Is basically do Fire Night now, finish Fire Night, and then you want to make sure to finish Gear Hunters. You can do some champion training if you want, and then once you're happy enough with Gear Hunters, or if you're finishing it with Champ Training, get back to the Champ Training, get Champ Training done, and then do Ice Golem whenever you're finished Champ Training, and definitely finish it on Monday and before it goes away on Tuesday, but you can sort of do it at any point. So basically, long story short, with this first chunk of events here for your energy, what you want to do, let's go with this. You want to really kind of start in Fire Night, then you're probably going to come down to Champ Training, get that done, and then you're probably going to come down to Ice Golem and get that done, and then do whatever for a couple of days. These mystery couple of days where nothing is happening, and then, I mean, you're obviously going to come back in with, probably, yeah, you'll come back in, I would say, with probably some dragon stuff. Yeah, you're going to come in with dragon and get it done. And yeah, we'll come to that in a second, but that's roughly speaking what you're looking at in terms of energy, sort of get stuff done as you want, and I will just mark in. So Gear Hunters ends here, which sort of ends here. So this is like your Gear Hunter line, as it were. So yeah, basically get Gear Hunters done, and you sort of get them done one by one, really. But you can double dip if it fits. Over on the other side then, so it's a pretty straightforward layout in that sense. We've got Dragon starts off here. We also have a big champion training event, and it's quite a long one. So is the champ training tournament. Like this is certainly going to be quite an energy sink. I'll tell you right now. Like that is a long old champ training tournament with 50 fragments. It's going to be a big one. This one's only 25 fragments, the event, but it's also very long. So I'd also expect that to be quite the time sink. To be honest, I'd say get Dragon done quickly. Dragon comes in, just get it done. And then, you know, finish it off if you need to. And you can obviously double dip quite easily Dragon with champ training. The champ training, you can start it off whenever, and then I'd be sort of focusing on it. You could still do some champ training for basically this Gear Hunters here, but I would say you're kind of going into Spider, and yeah, get Spider done really at any point. And what we're looking at here is sort of Gear Hunters is starting here. Gear Hunters is coming in here, and Gear Hunters probably goes there. So your second Gear Hunter event, your Dungeon Divers one, will not overlap with Dragon, so kind of just do Dragon whenever. Champion Training, it will overlap, so will Spider. Spider, you can do some champ training double dipping, but it's quite difficult. You're probably better off just speed farming Spider. And to be honest, I think it's a pretty decent thing to just farm Spider for Gear Hunters. Typically, it's very fast. You're getting lots of silver. It's kind of the silver farm dungeon at this point, really. In fact, it's always been the silver farm dungeon forever. I mean, whenever you see the Reddit posts like, give us a silver farm dungeon, it's like, it's been in the game. It's the silver farm dungeon is in the room with us. It's been here the whole time. Yep. It's Spider. Yeah, so that's a good one to farm for Gear Hunter. So you're kind of good, but obviously finishing off champ training. So I would say get with the energy. I would get Dragon done first. Then I'd be coming down to champ training. I do finish off that. In fact, I might go like this.
Well, if you don't have 12 sacred shards, you're probably out of luck.
Done towards the end with Gear Hunters. That would be basically what I'd be looking at. So again, we've got this the suspicious.
All right,
gap
I hit a wall
in the middle.
I'm gonna go lie down. I hit a wall. I feel awful. I didn't expect that. I need to get this done too. Shit. All right, let's bang this out then. I don't feel good, but I got to get this done. All right, we're going to be talking about two different things. Should you be doing fusions, and what is my plan going to be for this fusion event calendar? Now, there's a lot of excitement and hype around this character, and this is a very important character as far as I'm concerned. She looks amazing. I think she'll be able to allow me to finish the most difficult. Yeah, I hit a wall. All right, we're going to be talking about two things in this video, is whether or not you should be doing fusions or not, and what is my plan going to be for this fusion event calendar. So fusions in general, don't... Oh my God. Oh my God. I got to finish this before I might have to run to the restroom. All right, we're going to talk about two things in this video. We're going to talk about whether or not you should be doing fusions. What are the resources? When should you start thinking about fusions? What you need to do to prepare for your fusion? I think these are important topics. And what is going to be my plan for this fusion event? Because there's some strange things in here that I want to talk about. Now, first things first, if you haven't done so already, use my link in the description. You're going to get Tholen, Bracken, Ugo, and Tagore and Pilas by using code RAID7. And then this right here, which is the Ezio. This is going to be ending here in a couple days. I believe it ends on the 8th of April. So if you want to get one of the best login champions we've ever had, run, don't walk, get him now, start playing the game. Now, when should you start playing fusions? Now, I did not do my first fusion until I was playing the game probably 4 or 5 months. And I think it is super challenging to attempt to do fusions. I think one of the main bottlenecks is going to be sacred shards. And unless you have a stockpile of sacred shards or you're willing to buy them, they're very expensive. These sometimes can be like $20 a piece, but you're going to need about 12. I'm going to guess that this event's going to take about 12. If you don't have 12 of these, I would say don't go into it. Other thing too, I think the back end, there's going to be a champion chase tournament with double drops on ancients. If you don't have an abundance of ancients. So this is going to be a core philosophy in the game of treating these shards like a currency. They're going to be required for fusion events. And without this currency, these events are going to be very painful and very challenging to complete. So I would say I've got more than enough sacred shards, and I think that's about a good enough amount. And we'll go over the details why. The other thing too is there's going to be a requirement of spending energy. So you have to have a lot of energy saved. If you don't have a lot of energy saved, I'm going to say that you need to have about 1,000 gems. And then also there's going to be a total of 3 gear enhancement events. And I'm going to say that unless you're getting ready to do a gear cleanse, you're going to have to start the event off with about 15 to 20 million silver, because there's going to be a total of 3. However, if you're doing the dungeons, you should be able to sell off a lot of them, and you would be able to kind of ramp that into it. So what is going on with this event? Is this character worth going after? Absolutely. I think there's 2 reasons to do fusions, or 2 reasons to do this fusion. If you're in a position to do fusions, is 1, now they've had the fusion tokens, and the tokens are super important, where you can take 3 of them and convert them into a top tier character. You can also do 1 token or 2 tokens, but for me, I'm going to be exclusively considering 3 token characters, right? And that would mean, what that means to me is I can't skip fusions. That means I'm going to be able to get 2 important characters of my choice per year, but I can't skip fusions. This is not what I would consider a skippable fusion anyways. This character is bonkers with her fervor mechanic, where she puts out the fervor, and then they turn into like a turtle team. And I believe this will solve my last PvE deficiency I have in my roster, which is the hardest difficulty of Chimera. So this is a no-brainer. Now, this is an interesting event. There's a total of 4 epics available. There's a total of 450 fragments, so 4.5. So just 4. So that means that there's an opportunity to skip 50. Now, if you're just getting started in the game, I do think this is a good epic. And unfortunately, if you're going for the legendary, it means you can't get the epic. But it might be worth just getting the epic alone, because the epic looks pretty good for an epic character. Now, this is kind of a little bit frustrating here, because there's not a lot of overlap in this event. And so, like right now, Fire Knight is running. And Fire Knight, you basically double dipping into Gear Hunters and CVC. So this seems like a no-brainer right here to get through it. Now, the problem with this is that there's typically 2 Gear Hunters, or 2 dungeon events that overlap with the Gear Hunters. The Gear Hunters are super annoying. So we got Ice Golem right here, but it's not overlapping with this Gear Hunter. And so I'm planning on probably spending 2,000 to 2,500 energy just to finish the Fire Knight tournament. However, the Gear Hunter event is probably going to take closer to 5,000 energy. So that's why I said at the beginning that you're going to need gems, because you're going to need gems to do that. And then that's kind of annoying that they're not overlapping. Typically, when they do these events, the Ice Golem will overlap. And so that way I can do Fire Knight and then Ice Golem at the same time. So this is where I'm going to be spending my energy. I'm going to try to get that done as quickly as possible to get the Gear Hunters along. Now, the Champion Training Tournament is going to be going right here. Now, a lot of people do not have a way of farming Fire Knight. As far as I know, I can't farm Fire Knight. Dragons, I can definitely take in 1 or 2 champions and then get points towards the Champion Training event. But I don't see that happening here with Fire Knight. Now, you can do campaign farming through here, but the problem with that is that it's not very efficient towards energy as far as the Gear Hunter event. But that can be an option. If you want to do champion training inside of farming, let's say 12-3, you can get points towards the Gear Hunter event, and that'll be fine. So what else do we have? Gear Enhancement event. There's going to be a total of 3 through the event. These take anywhere from 15 to 20 million silver to complete. And that's why I said at the beginning, you're going to have some silver stocked up. And then there's going to be a ton of gear to sell off from the Fire Knight and or the Ice Golem. And that will allow me to go between the 3. Then we've got Classic Arena Takedown. These are pretty straightforward I don't find a problem finishing those. Those are probably going to be the easiest thing in the tournament. And also, for that matter, if you do have the silver saved up, those are going to be relatively easy as well. So let's talk about the Summon Rush. Now, I want to talk about this over here first, is that there's a Champion Chase tournament, which is 25 plus 50. And there was some discussion on whether or not that 50 was by getting first place in the leaderboard. It's been confirmed by the developers that it is not, and it's going to be in the milestones. And so this probably would cost anywhere from 7 to 12 Sacred Shards to finish the Summon Rush. And I believe that this is going to be the primary place that people are going to be skipping for this event. I'm going to chance it. I'm going to skip this Summon Rush and just carry to them. That's where I'm going to save the 25, because the event, I'm going to switch, move to the other side of the screen. But you see right here, it says a total of 450. And so I have a total of 50 extra fragments. Now, that means that I'm going to have to go hard in the Champion Chase tournament, which we're going to talk about here in a minute. Now, it's suspicious that there is something missing in here. A lot of these events will have 3 Gear Hunters events. So I'm fully expecting there to be some sort of event here in the middle somewhere. Not known to me what that'll be, but I'm guessing that'll be tied to Gear Hunters. And then the secondary thing could be either shards or soul stones. We'll have to see. It's unknown at this time. Dragon Tournament. Now, I'm probably going to stall doing the Dragon Tournament because there's a champion training event running down here. And so I can double dip on that. I have a team that can farm several champions. I can grow them and use them as food. And the same thing is true of the Spider Tournament. So there is some overlap here, and there's some way of double dipping. Plus, also, there is a Gear Hunter event. So this right here presents an opportunity when the Spider Tournament starts. Spider Tournament, you get points for the Gear Hunter and also the champion training at the same time. And then the last thing that we've got to talk about is the Champion Chase Tournament. Most people are predicting that we're going to get 2x Ancients. And that's why I was mentioning early that there's probably going to be a need for Ancient Shards. Absolutely. And then the thing is that this is a Champion Chase tournament. So if you have any saved characters and fusions, like over here, I almost always have some Doom Tower fusions, like what do we got? Fragment summons, like Taya right there. I will open at that time. The other thing too is to take these fusion characters. You can fuse them when this is happening and get points for that as well. So I'm going to hold off on summoning these, the Fragment Summon area, until I get to the Champion Chase Tournament. So that's going to help me get extra points as well. Hope the information was useful. If you haven't done so already, click the link in the description. You're going to get all the following characters. Pelops and Tholen is kind of bonkers. Tagor is bonkers. And then Ezio. This is expiring. Free Ezio after logging in for 7 days. The Assassin's Creed is coming to an end, and so you're going to want to take advantage of that. Bye for now. Yeah, I gotta go. No, they said that this is not. They said this is not a champion chase. This is not a tournament. They're in the milestones. Yeah, they said this is in milestones. That extra 50. I'm gonna skip the Summon Rush. All right, let's upload this. Let's see here. What do we got to do? Wow, I feel awful. Oh my God. Yeah, I was just trying to get through that as quickly as possible. Ogrin. Oh God. I don't want to, I got to write down which ones I can auto. I don't remember. Probably need to keep that on a little list right here. All right, let's see, upload this video. May have ate too much food, too many saltines. Yeah, I had food poisoning and I haven't eaten for 48 hours and I just started eating saltines. So I ate a little bit of saltines and I don't know, man. Does not feel good. Kind of sucks. I don't like being sick. Yeah, I think getting the Epic and Stop is a perfectly good plan for Jamie because I've looked at your account and did a roster review. Annoying. Oh my god. ChatGPT is garbage. I don't know what to do with it anymore. It has become hot garbage for me. I feel like it's getting worse and worse. It just freezes. And I know that you're supposed to reset the chats, but why? It just freezes on me. Like calling in sick when I'm not sick? I don't do that. Oh my god. We're going to talk about two things in this video. Okay. Yeah, Siri is the worst as far as I'm concerned. Siri is way behind everything. I don't know what was wrong with Apple, but Apple is just not doing a good job with anything like that. Kind of terrible, actually. Let's see, we're gonna get through that. Affinity problems. It should learn though, right? All right, and then let's see. I'm gonna run another 50 of these. Yeah. I could do a little more than 50, right? Let's do 60. Crapple sounds like Apple. I like that. That sounds right to me. All right. You know what? Let's do this real quick. I already do that one. Why is this taking so long? All right, General Thaddeus, that's like the third weird comment you had. Yeah. All right, I can make this work. Let's see if I can make this work. Photoshop. I don't think this was, let's see here, we'll go over here. Control V, should you do this fusion? Let's do it like this then. All right, let's do this. Oh, we got some legendaries. Let's load it up. Let's load it up with legendaries. Or mythicals, rather. 45, it's awful. Yeah, that they wait on that. That doesn't seem like that's something that they should wait on. I don't think they should stall you on that. Seems dumb. All right, what do we got here? This is going to be annoying, I'm sure. No, it's not so bad. All right, we'll do that. They stall you on a lot of things that make no sense. Yeah, that good. I mean, the multi-battles thing is probably one of the more annoying things to hold you back on, though, I think. Like, of all the things, on all the things to stall you on, that should not be one of them. I guess they want you to learn the game. Which makes sense. Oh my God, when is this gonna go away? How long does the food poisoning feeling last? Feels like it's just awful. Oh, you're sending the champs to reserves? Yeah, that doesn't make any sense either. What's going on here? All right. Thank you for being here. I'll be back tomorrow. Sorry I'm not feeling well. Hopefully I'm over this tomorrow and this will be done. Oh my God, the gear thing is insane. Blitz harder, yeah. All right, I think this one's fine. I can't remember. I don't want to play this manually. All right, that's good. Oof. Can't miss you until you go away. Oh, I know, but the thing is like I kind of want to do this here. I'm trying to think about how much of this I want to do. Like sometimes it's easier to do this on the PC. All right. This time for real, Sassy. Actually, let's raid somebody real quick. All right. All right. Bye for now.